What is up, bros and ladies? Josh's Happiness here, and this is the next video on my rustic camper conversion. Today I'm going to be doing a video about the floor, so obviously we're going to need flooring. I went and bought myself 10 13-foot scaffold boards. They're expensive, but I got a good deal on them, and they're all brand new as well, so I won't have to sand all the dirt off them before I paint them. They're going to be gloss white. Now, before we go crazy, I just want to show you a little something. Remember the boards in the van? Well, I'm varnishing them now, and I've got to say, they look sick. Here we go. Look at the colour. Look at the colour of these. They've come out like super golden. Look at that colour. Couldn't actually be happier. Couldn't be happier. They've got a little bit of a shine to them as well, which is nice. Let's do the floor. So I don't know if you remember us saying I'm going to be suspending the floor about this high, so I can still get my tools and everything underneath. So I'm going to measure off my biggest toolbox, and then after that, obviously I can start putting my uprights in. And I'm going to use scaffold board for uprights as well to try and use as much of the material as possible. Right, so biggest toolbox was about 35. So I'm just going to go a little bit higher, probably about 36, just about there, so about that high. Now, many of you are probably thinking, Josh, aren't you going to insulate the metal floor on the bottom of the van? Well, the answer is no, I'm not going to. And the reason I'm not going to is because I want as much space between the cabin boards and the floor as possible, so I can get my tools and stuff underneath. So far we have my two boards for the bulkhead, and then we have where the board's going to sit on. So I'm having to individually cut every one of these boards just to follow the curves and stuff of the van.
Oh, what up with this?
Right, it's the next bench done, and now it's time to fit the boards. So as you can see, there's absolutely tons of room for like ladders, tools, things like that. This is very important because I'm still going to be using this van for everyday use. You're probably wondering about the seats in the front. Obviously they're not in there at the moment. I'm not going to be putting the old van seats back in, like the single and the double. I'm going to be putting two single seats back in the front, and I'm going to be putting luxury seats in, so something that's going to be a bit more comfortable for like those longer road trips. So I'll be getting those next week, and I'll make up the brackets and fit those. I might put them in a video, I might not, but just updating you on what's happening there. Do you know what? I think if I had gone any higher with this floor, it would have been too much. But this is perfect. This is perfect. This is actually perfect. I think the main reason I went with scaffold boards is because it kind of ties into that reclaimed rustic category. These are brand new boards, so they're not reclaimed, but I think going with new boards will make my life a hell of a lot easier when I paint these, and as well the prep work that I would have had to do by using reclaimed scaffold boards would have just been beyond my capabilities really. It would have just taken too much time, like all of this lot did. So right about here I'm going to be building a cabinet and I might do it shabby chic, I might just do it gloss white like this, or I might fire it. I think I might do it shabby chic just to kind of pull through that contrast of different styles. So these will be gloss white, that will be a bit rugged and a bit worn, and then you've got all of the fired boards that have that rustic vibe. And then obviously I'll have a double mattress on here. The reason I didn't go for like a toilet or a sink or anything kind of water based is because I want to have the ability to still interact with the outside world. I don't want to just lock myself away into my van. I want to be able to still have to go and use restrooms and showers, so I haven't got like any cooking accessories or anything like that. I'm just gonna have it like stealth and then head out there and do that mingling still. And as well, like when I do the electrics in here, I'm going to install like a curtain in this area so that I can separate myself away, and then my head will always be this end when I'm sleeping. So my next video on the van will be doing that cabinet there. I'm going to be making out with pallet boards, and I'm gonna in the doors like put bamboo sticks, slats, so I can keep like food and clothes in there and the cupboard can still breathe, but that should have like a nice contrast. But the next video is going to be, I'm going to Dave Erasmus Corcovado Forest tomorrow. If you don't follow his channel, make sure you go to the description and subscribe to his channel as well. He's basically trying to live off grid and use no fossil fuels and try and be as sustainable as possible. So he's bought another shepherd's hut frame. He's already got one shepherd's hut that if you watch my other video you would have seen me putting that back on its wheels. Well, basically he's bought another hut and we're gonna kit it out. We're gonna build it out. For that project we're gonna be using like pallet boards, like reclaimed insulation, things like that if we can get our hands on it. So make sure that you watch for the next video as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you show it to your buddies, your fams, your boss at work, and remember, happiness is the journey, not the destination. Hit the subscribe, hit the thumbs up, click the bell. See you on the next video.